to Friday the Guest Day and in your own show. Yes, GURSEEMA's GUP-SHUP. And you must be wondering, I always say in the starting of the interview, that this week, GURSEEMA, every week rather, I try to find a special soul as a guest of this episode. So, once again, an elegant lady is sitting very next to me, Mrs. Roshini.
Thank you so much.
Roshini, the name itself is the light. So, आपके आने से तो रोशन हो गया है हमारा studio.
I'm honored. Thank you.
So, Mrs. Roshini Adlakha.
Yes.
Right. So, first of all, very warm welcome to GURSEEMA's GUP-SHUP.
Thank you for having me.
I'm privileged to have you here. And you know, while I was wondering कि I need to get her here to this show, and of course, in certain things I need to know about her. I got such a huge list of the, so many activities and so many good things to peep into your life. So Roshini, first of all, I feel rather than introducing you, there is one segment in my GUP-SHUP that is Rubaru. I want the guest to know you through you. So please just share something about yourself so that at least all my viewers are at least bit acquainted with the introductory chapter of the person to whom I'm going to interview today. Please.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over. I'm Roshini. I basically belong to Jalandhar.
Okay.
And my parents are doctors, both of them.
Father. So your parental home is
Jalandhar.
Jalandhar.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm married in Amritsar.
Married in Amritsar. Quite a near town to adjacent town to.
Yes, and now the roads being very good, so obviously.
Yes, of course, true.
Yes.
So your parents were doctor?
They are doctors, both of them.
Okay, they are still pursuing their.
Yes. My father is.
Okay, they are doctors. You are married to a
doctor's family.
Doctor's family.
Right.
But you are not a doctor.
Yes, I'm
so
not.
So before you proceed to the another level of the, GUP-SHUP or your, I just want to know why it wasn't that you never thought of getting into this stream? Yeah, you were satisfied looking at your parents that they have done enough of the job. I would not like to pursue the same.
GURSEEMA ji, that is one very common question I think everybody asks me.
Yes.
Because normally it is that when your parents are doctors, you end up being a doctor.
Yeah, you end up being a doctor, and when person doesn't know you, and you know that your husband is doctor, your paternal family, maternal family is doctor, your in-laws are doctor, then the question is,
why not
that you are a doctor?
I had seen my father working very hard, very hard.
Okay.
And I wanted to always sit for the civil services.
Okay.
I was preparing for that.
Okay.
With my post-graduation, I was preparing for that.
First of all, share something about your qualifications also, which stream you chose then.
Okay, that was because of my, that I wanted to sit for the civil services. So I had opted for the subjects likewise.
Yeah. First political science.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So because obviously when you're in the art stream, because I was never good in mathematics or chemistry, physics, I was good in bio, but then you have to have subjects similar to, what you're opting for such an exam.
You were thinking of to, pursue the civil services.
Yes. So, and I was more into sports.
You were more into sports. And you can see the few of the pictures of Roshini that she's actually been, honored with a good number of accolades regarding this.
So that is why I was asked to become a doctor if I was interested. But then my interest was like, I wanted to go abroad, take up tennis coaching there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had taken admission at Nick Bollettery, which is in the US.
Which is
Florida.
In the US.
Yeah.
Florida.
So that is.
You were so much
very passionate about my tennis. Yes, very passionate.
So serious. And because the time you are talking about, your parents were also equally interested that if you want to take tennis as one of your stream, they allowed you, or they wanted that you should become something else, but take this as a passion and not as a profession.
Yeah, because they wanted to give me a little time that I could take up tennis as my passion. And then at the same time, after I come back up, once my passion is done and
once you are satisfied, full up to them, and then you can focus on
then I can come back and I can pursue my, civil service.
So when you went abroad,
I didn't go. My father didn't allow me to.
Actually.
He was a little skeptical, yes.
Skeptical.
Yeah,
okay.
Because he thought once I'll be gone, I'll never come back. And that's what happens actually. If youngsters, they travel abroad, they never come back.
How old were you at that time?
I was 17.
17. That's quite delicate age.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd got all my papers done. Everything was ready. I was supposed to leave in about 2 months' time. I had got admission. That was one of the top tennis academies in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, where Andrea Agassi, the top tennis player, he's a legend. Steffi Graf, all these players,
all favorites.
Yes. So they
I've known watching them. Is leaving my books aside and just what Steffi Graf is gonna do. So that was something. Yes.
So they all are they are legends, and they are all from these academies.
Okay.
So I wanted to take admission. I got through according to what my profile was.
Right.
So I was given, like 2 years. I can go play, come back. But
that was such a big opportunity.
Yeah. So when I had to leave, my father all of a sudden decided that she would never come back.
Okay.
And so he cancelled my plan, which I still regret. I would have.
That was my next question, which I was supposed to that. Okay, it must be the very safe decision of your father. I think that to a daughter, the most reliable relationship that female can have is a father's relationship.
Yeah,
the most secure and most lovable. That's of course your father.
Yeah.
So, but then, what was your position at that time when you had to, totally leave that option aside, which was certainly a golden opportunity?
I was a good child, so I agreed to what my father said.
And I believe that your children, if they would have got such an option,
they would never look back also. I'm sure about that.
Exactly.
He told me he would send me later, once I'm a little grown up. But obviously then, your studies, and then I was doing very well in tennis here. So then I never thought of, I thought maybe down the line, a few years later, once I get through my...
No education came in your...
Yes, for a few days it was, but then he knew...
It wasn't like this, like these days, because I have seen that youngsters when something...
Oh, yes.
Their parents, they say, not this. They bang the door, they throw the things,
I think there are a lot of tantrums today as compared to what a generation back was.
Yes, so you feel that the times
have changed
a
lot. And I think it's going more towards negativity.
More towards negativity and lesser towards the trust. We lack the trust towards our parents.
Right.
I mean, the present generation feel that they don't... yes, of course, it's been from the ages that always children feel that parents don't understand them the way they are thinking. But now the times are that the students or the youngsters or the children, they are revolting to the extent that it is difficult for the parents to handle.
I feel, GURSEEMA ji, now that the times have changed, reason parents, I may be wrong, have not been able to give enough time to their children.
Yes, no, you're not wrong. You are right to the quite a good extent.
Not communicate well with them.
Yes,
spend time with them.
Spend that much time that is required. Yes. Because when we talk about our time or the time when you were there, that is because mothers were at least, they were the most...
Somebody was available for you.
Joint families were there. Now joint families are not there. Both the parents are working. And a lot of commitments these days students are having because a lot of classes. So that makes the students more mechanical.
There's a lot of competition,
Exactly.
Not only the kids have that competitive mind, but even the parents have that my child should excel in this, excel in that.
Should have these swimming, medals in
learn everything.
Learn everything.
So it is jack of all and master of none. Basically, they've become like that.
Right.
I used to teach tennis. This is out of the way, but I used to teach tennis here in Amritsar.
I thought that you were a good tennis. You have been in swimming also.
Tennis, squash, swimming. So I keep taking up any sport.
So you were that,
I was a tomboy.
Doesn't seem so.
I was always in college and school. I was a tomboy, so I was more into sports, extracurricular activities, and I used to travel.
Interacting, I could peep into her eyes. She's got such a beautiful eyes. Dr. Saab, did the lottery lagi eti soni kudi. Moreover, ME or she's so talented.
Thank you.
Please continue.
So I feel, I used to travel alone. for my tennis matches. I
You used to travel around at that time also.
Yes, this is I'm
even
talking
during like what
20-25 years back. I'm
20,
talking
25 years back.
when we had no access to mobile phones.
Yes.
Parents could not track where you were.
So,
You would reach the destination, then call them that you've reached safely.
yes, from the PCO or from some telephone booth.
Yeah, exactly.
Call
Yes.
and say that I have reached it. And but then you were that gutsy girl, as well as your parents showed a lot of faith in you.
Yes, all thanks to them. They brought me up like that.
May I know the name of your father, please?
He's Dr. Vinod Batra.
Okay.
And my mother is Dr. Anubha Batra.
Okay, Dr. Vinod and Dr.
Anubha.
Anubha. You are the lucky parents that I feel that I am entering this lady. It's not only whatever she is today, that's true. But far behind the sapling that was sown by you, and that's flourished into such a beautiful aura. I'm so happy to know this thing.
I am a lucky child actually that I had parents who could trust me.
Because that was the time when people never allowed their daughters to stretch their wings to the extent you are talking.
Yes. I travelled anywhere and everywhere because I was in the Punjab team, I was in the university team, so we would travel with teams 3, 4 or...
And were there only the girls or you used to have the boys also? Or?
Girls team was different always because the dates were different. We had our different matches. At times we would travel with boys also, but obviously you are brought up like that, you know your limitations, you know your strengths.
But then it was a quite well-known fact to your parents, and still they allowed you. That is the major point why I pinpointed it.
Right.
Okay.
So traveling alone, which I felt now that children don't, either they don't have that trust factor with their siblings or parents.
Actually, do you find that now though I feel parents can't even imagine sending their daughters with unchaperoned or not totally all alone without anyone's mature company, because these days even the environment is considered not to be that safe. I feel, I don't know, years back you were talking about it.
No, I agree, yes. A few years back when I am talking about when I used to travel alone, things were not as bad as they are right now. Right now.
Because,
they are out of control.
Every day, we have a new story of the bullshit, whatever is going
wrong happening to girls all over.
Exactly,
all over. Yes, all over. And at times there are cases that we get to know and there are cases which are hidden, we don't even get to know.
I always feel when, I look into I being the student of sociology and psychology, when I look into the graph, this is the number of the, girls, those who were, either raped or the
molested,
molested. But then again, I feel the number must be much more as the figure shown to us.
Yes.
Because many cases must have gone unnoticed.
Yeah, because there are a lot of cases probably in the village side where people don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to talk about it. It's a taboo to talk about so many things still about girls.
So now I feel that every child should be given an opportunity, and they should be given that strength, that trust factor to do what they want.
Exactly.
It's important for parents to trust their children.
Whether girl or whether boy, because I feel these days
there is no difference.
There is no difference. You can't think that if you have a boy, he is all safe. If you can say this is not the time,
Yes, even boys have a lot of harassment issues.
Harassment issues are equally going with both the genders.
Yes.
And sometimes it happens that a generation that is 2 generations back from us, they are totally surprised to know this thing that even boys are also not safe. But this is the true story of today's society. That is, of course, the very, very dark side of our society.
Yes.
So please continue with your story.
So I think that's how parents have to trust their children. So to give them that strength, that confidence.
Only then I suppose the students or the children, they can avail the right opportunities for their career.
Right. To expect too much from a child is burdening your child. I think the child is losing that innocence.
Yeah, I catch your point. Because please, all the listeners, a lot of things, it's something that they feel,
comparison is there, always.
And they say that we live in a competitive, it's a cutthroat competition.
Yeah.
But cutthroat competition doesn't mean that you will keep on grilling your own child.
I'll give you an instance. When I was teaching tennis a few years back, I had a father with his son. They wanted the child to learn tennis. So this was the second day.
So before I just want my audience to come to know, at present, what exactly you are into?
Okay, at present I'm running this Sanjay Karate School, which is a karate institute, and we teach self-defense. Self-defense as well.
Yes.
So
such a good institute we are having through you. That's
because I feel children want to travel out for their higher education or whatever they want to do.
Exactly.
Later on stage, or even now when they are in school, they are all by their own.
They should
whether boy or a girl. Even for women, it's never too late in life to learn, because when you are in danger, there's nobody who would come to rescue. Exactly. So you have to be your own savior.
We did the best to save yourself from all the disastrous circumstances.
So I feel the first important thing is your presence of mind when there is something wrong that happens around you. Because the moment you lose your cool, you are, petrified or you're scared, half the battle is gone.
It's not something that what we are, talking about. It's not that it happens only in the metropolitans. It can happen anywhere as far as our country is concerned.
No, I want to make this very clear. I've had parents who want to take admission, but then they say, there's nothing that has happened to a child ever. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
It's such
Why not give
that statement? I got the goosebumps when once she said nothing happened. I feel that, thank God, it
should not happen to anyone.
But this is not, this time is not safe.
Yeah. So it is not that something should happen. It is just giving that confidence that I know I can save myself.
We are already into alarming situation, I feel.
Yeah.
We are already into alarming
when kids are traveling abroad, they are all by their own, different cities.
So you just can't, limit the horizon for your child just because she's a girl or a boy or too tender according to the age.
We have the youngest as 3 years old.
Okay, in your academy?
In my academy.
Okay, so 3 years old?
Initially it was a girl and now is a boy.
3 years.
3 years old.
So I would like to see how you teach. I'll share a few of the clips also, how children are, actually banging each other's head and actually trying to learn self-defense.
I think it's a very good exercise reason because they went out a lot of negativity when, especially boys, they want to hit.
They want to hit.
So this is one place where they end up hitting. They're not hurting anyone, but then their urge to hit something.
And it's so good for them.
And then when they come back, they are very calm and peaceful.
Very calm and peaceful because a lot of the energy they've already
given. And then they've understood that this is then required and not just to hit anyone. So you are not to take something from anyone, but you should be able to
protect yourself. That is more for the defense rather than for attacking.
Yeah. Anyone. So this is what we are running. We are running this.
So you have got this special because GUP-SHUP means one from one talk to another. So you have got special coaches for this.
Yeah, we have trainers who've been trained. They have their trainings every month. Because of this COVID, we could not. Okay. But now, we'll be starting with the training again.
So the specialized trainers you have, they must be coming somewhere from
local Amritsar trainers that we have. But then they're already into this field and then they're trained again and again. For the new skills that are coming up, for new stances that are coming up. There is, because they also need to upgrade themselves. Then only they can pass it on to the kids who are learning from that. So that is what it is. This is what we are doing right now.
Okay. Now, something else I would like to talk about. Your better half. Okay. I was the better half. When I would not, when female is there and say your better half, I object. When a male is there and say your better half, yes, this is fine. That person is your better half.
It's better half or bitter half?
She's the first one who got the righteous meaning of this very word.
Yeah,
so share something about your life one.
There are too many nitty-gritties, there are too many things that, arguments and all those things.
And I would like to start, first of all, good name of your...
Sahil Adlakha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And profession, please share something.
He is again from a boarding school. He's from Sonar. And he manages the hospital plus the blood bank, and we have a small bed and breakfast in Himachal Pradesh.
Okay.
So during summers we have the benefit of going there and enjoying the weather.
You never invited me. Hey guys, now you are the eyewitness of this thing. So I should soon share the videos that Roshini is also enjoying the beautiful aura of the beautiful weather.
Yes, definitely when I am going, she's traveling with me next.
I would not, like to be up between two, husband and wife.
No, we can leave him here. You both, you and I can travel together.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Mr. Adlakha, this is good. You stay here and manage the things. Me and Roshini
We'll go there and have fun for a few days.
Thank you so much. So sweet of you.
So he manages that as well.
Okay.
So this is what he's also a lot into sports. He's a squash player.
Okay.
And
so you both are the sports person.
Yeah.
And because you both are into all these activities. So how far when there is a sort of the arguments, तो वो sportsmanship बाहर आ जाती है कि boxing तक पहुंचती है कि never required?
That way I'm lucky that he's a peaceful guy and I'm the one who loses temper. So he's very peaceful.
He's really cool and calm.
He's calm. So he knows that when I'll speak and continue, and then obviously she'll stop on her own only.
And when he will stop, he could, close that entire in 1 or 2 lines.
Probably that also will not be there. He'll say, okay, you've done, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's more irritating.
That's more irritating. Exactly. Sometimes it happens. So share something, how you met him and how was your, match fixed. How things happened, please.
I'll just tell you this, don't take it because it's not a love marriage, though we met on a squash court.
But it is not a love marriage.
Yeah.
This is the Taru ne mila diya. It is not a love marriage. So on the channel we are making it clear, Taru ne mila diya, it was not.
I'll tell you the story.
Yes, my audience are also interested.
I was playing for my college, and he was because he was the way I'm passionate about tennis, he's passionate about squash.
Okay.
So he was coaching this BPK TAV team, girls team from Amritsar. So and I was playing for my college from Jalandhar.
Okay.
And he walks up and it's not that I'm boasting, but I was the best out of the 40 girls who were playing.
Okay.
I think it's just one racket sport and you get the hang of the second racket sport as well. So I was good in tennis, so I picked up squash easier. And he saw me playing, so he made 14 girls from his team play one by one with me. And they all lost. So he said,
so I think am I right if I quoted this incident in my mother tongue? To some extent.
I don't know, probably that's how destiny is.
Yeah, that's how things were destined.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very sweet story. Yes, please continue.
Then he told me, he asked me, that this way of playing is a little different from how squash players play. So I said, I'm a tennis player. He said, you should leave tennis because there's a lot of competition. Take up squash. So I know the Indian squash captain, the women captain, and you can, take coaching under her.
Right.
I said, okay, why not? I was anyways a sports lover, so I said, okay, I've got this opportunity. Why
he actually got the right thing.
I think my mother-in-law.
Acha.
Yeah.
She also saw you.
When I came to Amritsar for my tennis camps, I used to be here for 15 days together.
Right.
And so I called him. He had forgotten that he met me ever.
Oh my God, this is too much.
So when I asked him, I said, you remember we met on the squash court? He said, who are you? So I said, you asked me that, you'll introduce me to the...
not fair.
Yeah. So he said, oh yes, I remember. So why don't you come over? And I'll get you connected. So I took 2 of my friends because obviously I didn't want to go alone to somebody I didn't know. And I took 2 of my friends.
So
we went there to his place. To his hospital basically.
Okay.
And met his mother. So then she was asking, where are you from? And what do you do? All those things. What are your parents doing? So the connection was parents being doctor and here also parents being doctor. So then we had a common family friend. Okay. So they sent a message through that friend to my parents.
The proposal was from the boys' side first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they sent a proposal, but then obviously I was more keen to my studies and everything, and my dad was also.
But once you got to know that this is the same guy, you met you, how you react? What was your? Or you were aware that you're gonna get the proposal?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't because I was very sure of what I was doing. I was, I didn't even bother whether,
Okay, so you never took the things in that way. You never took the interaction that way.
I think even he didn't. It was just the parents, that it's
just the parents,
Yeah. So they sent a proposal. My father said no. Even I said no.
Okay.
So I don't know how then things just they had to fall into that place, and we got married when I finished my post graduation, and the same year we got married.
Okay. And you remember anything in the courtship period? Anything?
Courtship period was all my exams only. So throughout my courtship period, I was just giving my exams. Nothing much.
Nothing much.
Yeah.
So you could not write any letters?
No letters, no. We met, I think, twice. We met
before marriage.
Before marriage. That was only on.
Though it was sort of the love at first sight, but still he could manage to meet you only twice.
Twice. Because then I said I have my exams and we'll talk after my exams are over.
She got to know that girl is quite stubborn as far as the education is concerned.
So that's how we.
And now that was the time when your life journey as a partner started. But now it's been a good number of years. How you find him as a husband, as a supporter to your dreams, as a person who could, clear the way when the hurdles come on your way. So how you find that, how far he is able to stand, with you for
one good thing about him is that he never wanted a housewife kind of a person to be his partner.
Okay.
He wanted me to work. Even when we had, initially when we were...
You know the cooking? You know cooking?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
cook food for
Yes,
him?
I do.
Daily?
Almost, not daily, but yes, I do cook, I bake, everything. Yes,
Okay.
that I do.
Okay.
That I do. And he wanted me to work. So initially I had started my own travel consultancy here.
Yes.
So that
was again a business venture that you started with. So that was your idea or his ideas, or it was that both of you thought of going for this travel consult? This was that you would like to move for travel and tourism, something you would like to opt for?
Because I told you that I wanted to sit for civil services. So that I could not manage because marriage and everything. Though they told me that if I wanted to prepare for that, I could. But I think things do change a little after your marriage.
Of course, perspective change.
Yeah, so your priorities,
change.
everything. And then we were in Delhi, living there for some time because he was working with the Apollo hospital there. And then we came back, and then I thought I would, start something, but there was no corporate.
So Amritsar is your in-laws' place.
Yes.
Here,
in Amritsar. Amritsar. Then I, spoke to my dad that what should I do. So he had friends in the travel trade. So he asked them to help me set up the whole thing. I sat for the exams, for the licenses and everything. Yeah. So then I opened up this travel consultancy, and he supported me. Yeah, because that was my first thing, to interact, venture, yes, where I would interact with people for work related.
And because it is a business, and in business, when person comes to know that they are going to deal with a female in a business, don't you feel their looks get changed?
Yes, they do.
They throw their glance as though they want to be doubly sure whether madam has understood what exactly we are saying, whether madam is clear what exactly she is proposing us in the business. I suppose this.
So actually my husband supported me. Then I spoke to my dad that I wanted to.
So you started with your own
travel consultancy here in Amritsar.
Right.
Which I felt, it took me a few years to understand the trade, though I sat for the exams and licenses and everything.
But here, because we find very different sort of, because it is a male-oriented
industry, yes.
Yes, it is a male-oriented industry, as you said. And because you're going to deal more with the male members, so don't you find that they give you very awkward glance, how this lady gonna manage?
No, that is also there, and at times, they feel you can fool a lady by doing whatever, say whatever, take maximum discounts from her.
Take maximum discounts.
Obviously,
paperwork, they find you may not be good at in paperwork. So, lot of the misconceptions are there.
Took me a few years, but I learned the trade very well. But I feel it's just, not just the male dominated, that you just need little male support, because there are all kinds of clients coming to your office.
Right.
So you need little male support with you. There are people coming from rural background.
And then that becomes
they are
very
rugged, they are tough to talk
They are
to.
tough to talk.
Communicate.
And I find that it won't be so easy to explain your concept or your all terms and conditions to a person with a rural background so easily. Especially a person like you, who's well furnished, and you find it is like, because totally it becomes beyond your imagination that to what level you need to make them understand.
That took, I used to run that and did well. It was, I was happy with it.
Earlier also you knew Punjabi well, you could speak Punjabi well.
No, this trade taught me to speak Punjabi.
This trade
taught me. Because I had never learned.
What sort of, in any few, lines I would like to hear in Punjabi, like how you interact.
ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ।
ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ।
ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਹੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ।
ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ of course ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, why not? So when a person comes, as I said, because this is a male dominating society, especially in Punjab, it is never considered that women could, flourish a business.
I did that, but then I had to shut it down, because I felt now the time has come when people are going online.
Online, yes.
So they do their tickets, bookings, packages, everything is online. The only thing is student visas or work permits and PRs and all that. Also now the universities or the embassies, they help you completely on the phone.
So and the mode of business has totally changed.
So then I thought of switching from this to the next now. I was done with what I was doing, and I felt there is a barrier and I cannot grow beyond that.
You felt that now the growth in this very sector would not be much. So then you shifted to?
I always wanted to do something related to sports. I wanted to bring up an academy in Amritsar where you could have all kinds of sports under one roof. And for children who could afford or not afford.
Accordingly. First of all, I would like to please audience just see the logo and the picture of our academy, right? I'm going to display it to you. So yes, Roshini.
This I wanted to bring up, but then I did not have the right place to bring it up, because it needs a huge land, infrastructure, everything.
Right.
So obviously this wasn't possible. So then somebody gave me this idea that the franchisee for Sanjay Karate School is available. And I said, nothing doing Amritsar, only I am going to take it. Because they were looking for somebody in Amritsar. So I said, nobody can take it in Amritsar. Only I am going to take up this academy.
You were so passionate about it.
Because I wanted, because the times are such that you need self-defense, you need your protection, you need to understand, have that confidence.
It's been how?
6 years.
6 years, good 6 years you've been into it. And how many students till now you feel that you have?
There are children who go after a year and a half, so more than I think 150 we've already
been into the training. Or they have been trained in this thing.
Yeah.
So you enjoy.
But I would request that, if not just karate, wherever possible, every parent should send their child, whether a daughter or boy, please send them for self-defense.
Because the times we are living in, the present time that is going on, it is not at all safe. That is very true. And that would be again being very foolish if we say, if we shut our eyes saying everything is okay in the town like Amritsar. No,
it isn't. It isn't. It's just that we keep them protected, but once you let them go out, then they'll face the real world.
You will cut their wings, that you won't let them fly high because you are afraid of many things. And if you really want that they should, soar high and touch the sky, then let them, build their wings very strong enough so that they can flap their feathers and cross each weather.
And one more important thing is, every child should take up one sport in their life.
I believe so.
Yes, it makes you very, very strong mentally.
Emotionally,
yes, emotion.
Because I feel emotional breakdown is more
because see, GURSEEMA ji, life is not easy. Everybody has ups and downs.
But the point is, these days we have become so short-tempered that even I heard a couple of days back, मुझे ना बड़ी टेंशन हो रही है, मुझे टेंशन. I said, from where you got this word tension? So tension, when a 7 to 8 years old child can say tension, so then
Every religion.
Every
ठीक
religion.
है, and then I have been given
And
that liberty to travel
you must
everywhere.
be, getting the same thing focused on your own children also. You must be trying to apply all those.
He's too small, but I let him do what he wants to. I don't stop him until
That's what your thought process must have got that thing.
Yeah.
You will allow.
Because he's at that age when he loves to play.
Exactly.
He needs to be hugged, cared for. And then he needs to, touch everything, explore for himself. Except that you have to be careful that it's not anything
dangerous. One thing,
dangerous.
I've seen like the mothers, like when a spirit toddler is going, he needs to try to stop. No, don't. Again, your GURSEEMA will be there with a new story, with a new face, and yes, again one common thing, a woman. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.